Join us and help us continue to support the many talented people of our community. Learn how to get your business highlighted on La Crosse Local. Go to lacrosselocal.com and click on Advertise. The Frozen River Film Festival is taking place February 5th through 12th in Winona, Minnesota. Nearly 50 feature and short-form documentary films that will take you to the heart of current events, the forefront of social change, and distinct cultures in an increasingly global community. For tickets and more information, visit frff.org. Join us at the La Crosse Winter Roots Festival Saturday, February 11th at the La Crosse Center. We'll celebrate Wisconsin favorites in music, cuisine, local beer, and spirits. Grab tickets at lacrosselocal.com. The Pump House Regional Arts Center brings you live, heartfelt performances from gifted singer-songwriters. Enjoy original music brought to stage by area mainstay musicians and sought-after regional bands. Check out the concert series online and pick up your tickets at thepumphouse.org. In this episode, we chat with Xena Olson of Xena's Tie-Dyes. We talk about what led her to tie-dyes, tie-dye destinations, origins of the art, and her process when creating various pieces. Catch Xena in the Artist Market at the 2023 La Crosse Winter Roots Festival on February 11th. You can find more conversations, food reviews, live music, weekend picks, and events on our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is La Crosse Local.
My name is Xena Olson, and I was born in Evanston, Illinois. So I actually grew up in California, and I moved back to Wisconsin when I was 19 years old. I went to my first Grateful Dead show in 1990 at Tinley Park, and that's when I got interested in tie-dyeing. When I saw all the entire crowd, thousands of people, and all this color and designs, I was just amazed by it.
So do you know kind of the history of tie-dye? You know, like where did it come from? How did it start?
It was way before the 1960s. It started in probably a couple thousand years ago. Oh, in 4000 BC, it started in Southeast Asia. And around the mid-18th century, the Japanese started shibori, which is another form of tie-dyeing, but they use objects to tie the material around and then dye it. But it's real popular, known as tie-dye now, from the 60s. That's the 60s is what made it popular.
I see on your website, you know, it talks about Haight Ashbury. Could you say it?
Haight Ashbury.
So, you know, it talks about that, and I'm sure that's a destination for tie-dye, Grateful Dead, and those sort of things. Is that kind of like the go-to in terms of destinations for tie-dye? Are there other tie-dyers or communities that it's like a big deal?
Oh, there's a huge online community, probably hundreds. But the store at the corner of Haight and Ashbury is like the birthplace of the 60s with Janis Joplin, the Grateful Dead. They all lived right by that store. And it's really famous, and it is the best tie-dye store in the world. And one other really good one, who actually used to be the owner of Love on Haight in San Francisco, is Jammin' Tie-Dyes in Las Vegas. So there's two that I know of, but the one in San Francisco is number one.
So kind of check it out, you know, your website. You know, it looks like you could actually buy stuff online, but also I saw this. So how do people work with you? They can actually drop anything off, like a dress or other article of clothing, and get it tie-dyed from you?
Yeah, they do all the time. It just has to be natural fiber.
So like, what are some of the items that people have dropped off for you to do this to?
Sheets, duvet covers, clothing. Mostly that's it, and tapestries. Most of the things I already tie-dye, but yeah, the duvet cover, people like doing that for their kids for Christmas. Around Christmas is when I get more custom orders.
So when you said it was all natural fibers, is that just what you work with, or just the ink won't take on stuff that's, I guess, not as natural?
Yeah, so my dyes are fiber reactive and they actually bond with natural fibers. And what causes that reaction is the soda ash. So they just don't work on polyester. There is dyes that use polyester, but that's probably more at the commercial level where you need huge machinery to get the water super hot, and printing machines are mine are all hand dyed, and most tie dyers, well, all tie dyers that tie dye use those fiber reactive dyes. When you get to a certain level, they're the really good dyes because they actually form that covalent bond with the material and become part of it, so they don't fade over time. Except one exception, the sun. The sun fades everything.
So when you're creating maybe some shirts or something, is it something that you work on all at once, or you do them individually, or is it kind of you just see what happens? Do you cycle through a big bunch of them, or how do you work on individual pieces?
It's easier to do more. So I have a stock of blanks because I have to mix all this dye, and just mixing the dye alone takes 4 hours. Then you have to soak everything. And when it's done, you have to wash and dry it twice. So it's more efficient to do a bigger load. But if, say, I do sheets or a duvet cover, that's a huge piece of material, then I like to do those separate. Dees Fest is coming up this summer, and Cheech wanted another 100 t-shirts, so I'll do all those together. But I still wash them individually, wrap each one individually, and dye them. It's all individual.
I've seen your work out at Dees Fest this past summer as well, but also you'll be at the, for someone who wants to grab something during the winter, you'll be at the 2023 La Crosse Winter Roots Festival on February 11th.
Yes.
So what can people pick up there? Will you have all your products there, or what can people purchase?
I'm going to bring my tapestries, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and have them folded on the table. There'll be purses, headbands, beanie hats, things like that.
People can kind of, come check you out at the 2023 La Crosse Winter Roots Festival or Dees Fest. But also, what's the best avenue for them to find you online?
My website, xenastiedyes.com, or Facebook. I have a Xena's Tie Dyes Facebook page, and on loveonhatesf.com in San Francisco.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to pick up a tie-dye at Winter Roots, just so you know. I'll be stopping by. So I haven't had a tie-dye in 21 years.
Oh, really?
Mostly wear black, but now I'm in.
La Crosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at La Crosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the La Crosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.